The Trump administration calls the meeting a success in its own right. Norah O'Donnell is leading our coverage from Helsinki, Finland. Norah, good morning to you again.
Hey, good morning to you. That's right. A little drama to start off today's summit because it got off to a late start, in part because President Putin arrived about an hour behind schedule, kept Trump waiting. The two leaders are now meeting behind closed doors with just translators. Now, that is unprecedented to have a U.S. president and a Russian president meet alone like that for that period of time. And while the expectations from the president are low, the world's are extremely high. U.S. Ambassador to Russia John Huntsman said people should not expect any major breakthroughs. Members of Congress on both sides of the aisle say they hope the president will bring up Russia's meddling in the 2006 presidential election. You hear other current diplomats and intelligence officials say not only what Russia has done in the past, but what they are doing right this day in terms of attacking American democracy. This also comes just days after that indictment of 12 Russian agents. They're facing a number of election-related charges, including conspiracy to commit computer crimes and identity theft. And then it should not go unnoticed what the director of national intelligence said just before this summit started. He said the threat of a cyber attack still isn't over, saying U.S. infrastructure is literally under attack. Major Garrett is also here in Helsinki. He's been reporting on what the administration hopes to achieve and some U.S. officials who are worried about potential concessions the president may make in that private meeting. Major?
Well, good morning, Norah. As you said, it is unprecedented for an American president to have this much time alone with Russian President Vladimir Putin, but it is not unprecedented for President Trump's approach to diplomacy. Remember, at Mar-a-Lago early in his presidency, he met one-on-one with Xi Jinping, the Chinese president. He prefers one-on-one interaction because he has this really bottomless sense of self-confidence about taking the measure of a world leader in that space where there's just the two of them and negotiating on his behalf and on behalf of the United States in his way and his way only, without any other interference or any other minders. That creates an opportunity, but it also creates risks. In Brussels at the NATO summit, I encountered many NATO ministers who were somewhat anxious about the prospect of Russian President Vladimir Putin talking President Trump into maybe an official or unofficial semi-recognition of Russia's annexation of Crimea, maybe canceling NATO joint military exercises in the Baltics, doing things that from a NATO perspective would weaken the alliance and strengthen Russia. None of that has happened, but the anxiety about that and what could occur in this face-to-face one-on-one meeting is all too real. Norah?
Major, thank you. And we don't know what may come out of that private meeting or whether we'll even get a clear read from either of those presidents about just exactly what they discussed. There will be a working lunch, as Major has talked about, where there will be an expanded group of advisors on both teams to talk about issues, and then a press conference from both President Trump and President Putin, where White House advisors assured me again just this morning that they will take questions from the press, and that hasn't happened in more than a decade. So it will be extraordinary to see those two leaders on the stage taking questions. So for more on what to expect from the summit, let's go back to John in New York. John?
All right, Norah, thanks so much.